differential in the rebound department?
ASU for the first time since 2000?
It feels great. It's kind of unexplainable. It was just a tough game, and I'm just proud of my teammates. I'm proud for Sam and Amari stepping up, and just everyone playing together, playing great defense, and I couldn't be more happy.
You talk about the environment tonight, Mikhail?
I mean, that was crazy. I mean, the last time we had that crowd was during our WNIT run, so it was nice to get everybody there for a regular season game, especially ASU. I mean, there were so many people there. They went all the way up to the top. It was a great atmosphere to play, and I love it.
So, Ari, what was your mindset? Because you played 39 minutes and you had 24 points, 11 rebounds. What was kind of your mindset coming into this game?
Mindset was kill, kill, kill. Just having a mentality like, okay, they can't guard you. Okay, once they step up, okay, I got shooters in the corner. And so, like I said, I had teammates stepping up, making shots. Sam, Amari, Dom, Lou, Helena, like everybody stepped up, did their part, and weight off my shoulders. Great win.
What was the plan? Because Richardson was the only player they had in double figures. She had 25, but nobody else scored in double figures.
Yeah.
It was weird. You know, ASU is a different team. Pretty much all their scores are averaging all about 9 to yeah. So it's like you never know who's gonna go off. So tonight, I think it was maybe Robbie and Riley or something like that.
Robbie got hot towards the end.
Robbie
Robbie had like 25, so.
Yeah. So it was just an adjustment we had to make during the game, and we were able to pull it off.
You enjoyed the pressure late in that game with the ball in your hands?
Yeah, I live for it. No pressure, no diamond. I live for it, and I know that at the end of the games, coach will want the ball in my hands, and I'm confident. My teammates are confident in me, so.
Going into this game, how much of rebounding was a point of emphasis in practice?
That was really big.
Yes.
Like, coach emphasized that because last game, they killed us.
Yeah, they killed us.
And we know like they're one of the top rebounding teams in the country, so that rebounding was a big focus. And I think that we did great.
Yeah.
They had 7 offensive rebounds, and we held them under what we wanted to hold them to. So it's a great team effort.
Was the game up there as physical as the game here?
I think it was more physical.
Yeah.
I think it was more physical here.
Yeah.
Last game, we couldn't really breathe on each other, so. Yeah, it was more physical here, but we love that. We knew it was going to be a physical game. We were ready for it, and we lasted.
Yep.
Is this the best game you've seen Amari Carter play all season long? Because she was 3 for 4, I believe, from the three-point line and really added a big lift.
Yes, this is Amari's best game as a Wildcat, and, you know, I've been in their ear day one. Amari, shoot the ball. Like, you're a great shooter. Shoot. Same with Sam. I'm always in their ear as well, and just I'm really proud of Amari despite, you know, everything. She's stepped up to the plate. She's contributed, always contributed, whether it's offense, defense, she's contributing, and I love it.
So what does this win mean moving forward?
Means a lot. I mean, we still got to go back to the drawing board and work on things, but it's definitely momentum heading towards next week to play UCLA because we owe them one too. So it's definitely momentum, motivation, have us in the right direction, everybody positive, everybody feeling confident, so we're ready.
Anybody other questions? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, ladies. Congratulations.
Congrats.
I was dying. Not really appropriate, but. Gosh. Okay.
What's it like to sweep at ASU?
Awesome.
First time?
First time in 20 years. Adam was 6. He reminded me he was 6 last time we swept him. Way too long. That's right after I graduated from college. Like, it's about damn time. That's what I said. ASU's a really good team. It's hard to run offense against them. They're physical. They're long. They're a great offensive rebounding team. And, both teams' offense looked like crap except for Robbie Ryan. But we found a way. I think I'm just proud of our team. Really, really proud.
And they're rebounding. You won the Battle of the Boards. Does that surprise you?
Yes, it does surprise me. Yeah. Our goal was to give them 12 because they average 17 offensive rebounds a game. And we've really struggled with boxing them out. So, and they had, I think, 7 offensive, but they had 2 at the end. So to hold them to basically 5, 7, we did a remarkable job. And the players will tell you, we have worked on it every day. I don't think it takes athleticism. I don't think it takes anything but your determination to box out. I think everybody's capable of doing that. So we've worked on it every day for 2 weeks. And every missed box out in practice, they've run for. So we chart them. So we chart every drill, chart missed box outs, and then at the end of practice, sometimes they have 10. Then they run. So it's paying off. They're not going to like that, but it is. So we're going to continue to do that.
Coach, talk about Kate's defensive effort. She didn't do much on offense, but she really stepped up down there.
I thought Kate did a really good job. Struggled from the floor a little bit. Missed her first 4 shots. I thought she was a little bit rushed. She usually finishes better. But I thought her defense, I thought her rebounding, I thought everything else, she did a really, really good job. At the end, she kept her composure, jumped to the ball. I'm just proud of her. I think that a lot of players, when they don't score, they don't play defense and they're not in the game. But I think really good players or more experienced players like Kate is becoming that. She wasn't scoring, but then she is still finding a way to help the team, and that is important. That's something I value. I don't care about all the stats. Because I'm going to tell you, at the end of every game, Sam's stats do not show what she does, and it does not show how valuable she is. She has 13 points. She has 3 rebounds. But I can tell you, without her on the floor, it is hard to win games. So I look at the other things, and I thought we did a really good job. And Sam was like the catalyst for most of that.
Dominique really did a really good job coming in after foul trouble with that big shot and those 2 defensive steals.
Yeah, I think, big threes. She was 2 for 3 from the three-point line. And remember, the first time we beat ASU, we didn't have Dominique. So we are a better team with Dominique. She's smart. She knows where to find different shooters. She knows where to pass the ball. She's smart on defense. So we're a much better team with her. I thought numbers don't show the post and what they did tonight. I thought they played great defense. I thought they boxed out. They did their jobs. And the next time, they'll hit those shots. So I'm proud of both of them. I wish I could have played Dominique more. Even Samaje, she only played a couple minutes, but she did a good job when she came in. It was just hard to play her when they have Rudin in, who's picking and popping. And then Dominique and Kate were playing so well. And when I moved Sam to the 4, she was able to attack. So it was just a game where the pace was really fast.
Your comments on the attendance record?
Awesome. I think I love Tucson. I love these fans. Where else can I tweet for a couple days and 10,000 people show up? Nowhere probably. Like I always say, if I was in LA, in Phoenix, and anywhere else, we would not draw 10,000 people for a rival game. So this place is special. This is a basketball city, and women want to play in front of a crowd like this, and they usually don't get to. And we played at ASU, there was 2,800 people. Okay, we probably brought 500 ourselves. But here we have 10,000, what was the final attendance? 10,160 for a rival game on a Friday night at 6 o'clock, not 7. I think that's remarkable. I think, everybody's supporting us, and it means a lot. Games like these, when we're going through those lulls of not scoring and they're going on runs, it's the fans that get you going and pumped. Or when you make a great play, you get the fans going. It makes you play harder. It really does as a player. It's awesome for them.
It seemed
Was
like
college basketball this physical when you played?
God, I felt like it was more physical years ago, but I think it's just different. I think the difference is, I was able to play more physical in the post. I think that we were able to bang more. But the difference is the players are faster, more athletic, bigger, so I think that's what makes it more physical. And I think it's just so the pace is a lot faster. Before, I was a 5'11" post, run up and down the floor. Now there's that wouldn't be fast anymore. So I think the game is just so different. I think what also has changed, when I was playing, there was typically 2 post players on every team. Basketball has changed in the last 10 years. Now everybody's 4 can shoot the 3 and face up. So the game is different. You can almost play 4 guards a lot. Half the teams in our league do. It's just the game is evolving, and not too many people besides Baylor play 2 posts, the traditional 2 post roll rise and stuff.
Early in your tenure here that you doubted that you could get?
Yeah, my first and second year, I did doubt it. Yeah, like totally. My first year wasn't as hard because we had seniors and they were bought in. They were playing hard for me. I loved that group, but we weren't that talented. We couldn't shoot the ball. So I remember saying, like, gosh, we had great athletes. I wish I had a couple of those athletes here now, but we could not shoot. So everybody played like a zone, but they were in man. They were just sagging. So I knew we had to get better. Second year, we were awful. Won 6 games, and I know I was thinking, like, it's going to take, I thought it would take another 4 years after that to build. And, like, we still aren't where we need to be. We're going to get better. But we are doing the right things the right way. The culture has changed, like I always say. You see what shirt do we have on? We had culture. That means everything to me. It's very important. And it's everything. You don't win games with a bad culture. You don't, because we don't have the talent to do that. We don't have 5 McDonald's All-Americans. So we value those little things, that chemistry, that culture, that hard work, getting better, improving the skill development. And then, like, now as we're getting better, now you recruit better. That's kind of how it goes. But I did think it would take 6 years to get to this point. And everybody kind of told me it would take 6 years. But, I mean, Kelly Graves did it fast. Scott Ruick did it pretty fast. And UCLA did it pretty fast. So I don't know why Arizona can't.
Sam Thomas had a phenomenal game. You were talking a little bit about it. She, in the third quarter, gave you the lead. And she, she was driving to the basket, which she's been doing a lot in the last couple of games, hitting a big 3, and then, of course, on defense, getting a big block and tipping. What sort of did that give your team at that moment?
Sam is she's one of our best defenders. She is locked down, Sam and Ari and Amari. But Sam's stuff doesn't always show up besides her blocks. She's always in the right spot. She's playing the 2, 3, 4, and 5 defensively. She just has been constant. I think that Sam is definitely the most underrated defensive player in the Pac-12, and I think she's one of the most underrated in the country. She's solid. She keeps people in front of her. She doesn't reach. She's never out of position. All those little things are very important. Our team is not as successful defensively without her, and then she's able to score in big moments. I thought she did a great job of attacking. I mean, she had 3 steals, and she had 3 blocks. I mean, and Sam Thomas blocks a jump shooter every single game. I don't know too many people in America that do that. Not going to taking a layup, but someone just taking a shot. She rises up without fouling and blocks them every game. Last weekend, Sam had 8 blocks in one weekend. Today, she has 3. And you wouldn't look at Sam and say, oh, she jumps out of the gym. She's got great timing. She's athletic, and she just has long arms, and she's really good at that. So she's very, very underrated.
For the first time, and excuse me for the entrance
Sounds good.
interrupting, but what is it like? This is the first time that both of these programs have been ranked simultaneously. What does it mean to this program to be able to get a win here at home against a program like Arizona?
I mean, it means a lot. I think that I said to my team, and I kind of didn't feel this way exactly, but I said there was no pressure for us because we already beat ASU at ASU. They needed a split. If we lost here, it's not the end of the world. We split with ASU. They're ranked higher. So I didn't feel like there was any pressure. I thought at home we play more confident. We can play a little bit more aggressive. I thought we just go out and play. So I didn't feel like we had pressure. I felt like they had more pressure. So it means a lot to the program. I mean, we continue to leave our legacy. That's one of our mottos, leave a legacy. We continue to find a way to win in different ways with different people. And we have not been 100% healthy since November, since our Texas game. So we've had people out with injuries. Dominique's just coming back. So next week, I'm hoping, knock on wood, that we'll be 100% healthy, and we'll be able to beat teams healthy. I think that sweeping someone for the first time in 20 years is monumental for this program. It says a lot because we weren't a factor when I first took this job. We were the team on everybody's list that they circled to hope to get twice, just like I do teams right now. So it's not like that anymore. People better be aware when they come to the desert, and they better bring their game because it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard at ASU, and it's going to be hard here. That's what we want. When I first took the job, Charlie told me that. She wanted us to be good because it makes us both better when we're good. So you got to come to Arizona, you got to face 16 to 18 because we'll probably, that's going to probably change a little bit, but that's not easy because I can tell you how we feel when we go to Oregon and we got to face like 3 and 5, or it's hard. So I'm glad it's like that in the desert.
Like this, I mean, ASU being ranked 16th, does this feel like a sweeter win because this is the 16th win?
No, because we're not into the rankings. We don't care less. Like I don't think it matters how you're ranked in January. It matters how you're ranked in March. So I think that's just a plus, and that's good for the program. But we don't really get into the rankings where we're falling. We'll probably move up a little bit. We lose, we move down. I think it's just our goal is to win every game, to get better every week, and then those things will take care of itself. We have a great opportunity next week. We play UCLA, USC. We can have payback. I mean, I think we can win some games here in McHale with this kind of crowd. It makes it a lot easier. And I don't know anywhere else besides Oregon State where there's a crowd like this. And I could tell you, when we go to Oregon State in Oregon, it's hard to play. It's like, oh, geez, all the orange everywhere and the green. It's a tough environment. So we are creating that here. And that's special to me. And all the rankings and those things take care of themselves. But this is a good situation for us, too. Also, sorry not to be so long, but I think that we're going to be very close. I think that anybody can win this conference, and I think us and ASU will be very close. So to own the tiebreaker, I think, is really important for us, just moving forward.
You mentioned the UCLA game. Is there going to be an attendance bar set for that game?
Well, I haven't even thought that. Should there be? For me, that's not. People are like, "Oh, you're marketing this and that." For me, that's not. For me, it's fun, and it takes 2 seconds. It's like and then the fans. Well, the fans were tweeting at me and saying, "We need parking." So I said, "Hey, can we get parking?" We got it. Like for me, it's fun. I have pleasure. It's not like hard. It's not like I think I'm marketing. I think it's fun because if I can do that, a couple tweets, and we get 10,000 people, then I'll do it. I don't care. I think it's fun. And I probably look like an idiot doing it, but I don't care.
Do you think the Friday, Sunday rotation allows you to draw a crowd like this as opposed to the old Thursday, Saturday?
Probably. So I think next year, so when I first took the job, we both agreed to not do that. But I believe next year we can't do it because of the way the Pac-12 is starting. So I think next year we'll go back because otherwise we'd have to come back on Christmas. So the Pac-12 I think it's starting a little bit. There's something that changed in the Pac-12, but we can't do it next year. So next year will be the Friday, Sunday. So I don't know I don't know how that will be. It's been so long, and we didn't have crowds like this when I first got here. So, but I know it's a battle. So if we when we go to Friday, Sunday, that's going to be 2 really tough games. So.
What did you say to Ari right before halftime? That 2.2 seconds left, and you guys are taking it out.
Well, so I didn't think she was going to make that, but I just said run a stagger play to get it on the run and try, and she actually made the shot. So I think before she would get frustrated because a lot of times she's chucking it with no chance to make it, but this time she actually did it and made it, and I told her that's why we work on our half-court shots, just joking, because we do them every shoot-around, but I think that was a huge basket to make those shots in the halftime and third quarter. Those are huge momentum builders going into the half because we went to the half feeling good. And I think that was huge.
Amari's 8 points in the third quarter were the difference. Can you talk about her performance?
Amari, she continues to get better. She continues to get more comfortable. Her defense has been phenomenal. She's a lockdown defender. But her offense, I think she was 2 for 3, right? Oh, she was 3 for 4. So 3 for 4 from the 3, 5 rebounds, 11 points. And lockdown defense. I think she had her best game of the year so far. Amari's experienced. Amari, you know what you're going to get with her. She always makes these tough pull-up jumpers. I don't know how she makes them because she's kind of floating in the air and she's getting up. But she's been doing a really good job, and she's just getting better and better.
Can you go out in public now without being recognized?
I don't really do anything, but yeah. Well, sometimes I forget I'm a coach because I'm like, what are they looking at? Sometimes I forget if I'm at Walmart or Target or something, and someone's looking at them thinking what's wrong? Do I have something on my face or something? So I forget, then someone will come up. But I do get a lot of people, especially at a grocery store, a lot of people that work there, they're like, oh, good luck or good job. So it surprises me sometimes. But I don't really do much. We work a lot. I like living here. So, but sometimes.
You mentioned that a crowd like this affects recruiting. Have you noticed the implications of that?
Well, we have a big recruit here right now, so hopefully she loves it. We're recruiting well. This does matter. I think it matters to be third in attendance in the Pac-12 and to have a game like this, a regular season game. It isn't like a playoff game with 10,162 people. I think that speaks volumes about this city and basketball, women's basketball. I mean, how many women's sports can draw fans like this? They don't. So I think it matters. I think that having, you know, players that nationally see this kind of venue, people want to play in front of crowds. You do. It's more fun. I've done it. Like, it's scary at first, and then it's awesome. And it just creates something special. And so this will help us recruit for sure. And it's a national recognition. I mean, we're talking other teams that do that are number 2, number 3 in like South Carolina, who's a powerhouse. Dawn's done an amazing job there. So the record is 13,100. I mean, we could get that. And I think that big picture, having a crowd like this can help us host. If we go to the tournament and do well, I think it can help us host and do other things. So I think it's huge.
Coaches like Gino, Aryama, have they noticed that? Have you communicated that?
No, because no, I haven't. But like my friends that coach around the country, like Ohio State or Arkansas, or like they do talk about that and recognize that. I think we all recognize. Like I know when I see on Twitter Dawn has 13,100, I'm like, dang, that's awesome. You know, and I'm always like, I'm trying to do something special like that here at Arizona. So I think you just recognize that because it's talked about nationally. And I mean, who else in the Pac-12 draws like that? Oregon State. I mean, Washington had a couple thousand people. I mean, some places in LA, there's 75 people, a couple hundred people. I mean, we have 10,000. It's rare. I wish more women's basketball had more. I wish that, I mean, we're drawing more than like 8 men's games in our conference, I think. And Oregon women are drawing more than Oregon men. So that says a lot about women's basketball. And it's changing. And games are all televised. Some people are still supporting us. So I think that's good for women's basketball. No?
Well, not just a crowd, but Zona Zoo specifically.
Yeah, Zona Zoo. So I want to give a shout out to Zona Zoo. I mean, for them to come out, and that's just, they're not even counted in that attendance. So yeah, I don't know how many, if there were a couple hundred, but for them to come out support us, I could take pizza shirts, I don't care, but for them to come out and support us, I think that's awesome. Like I love Zona Zoo. I love the crowd here. I mean, think about just colleges. Students aren't coming out like they used to. When I was in college, there was thousands of students. I think times have just changed. So for them to come out and support a women's game, it says a lot about this place. And I think they're awesome, and I want them to continue to support us. And the band. I mean, women's games don't typically get the same type of numbers for the band. Our band just doubled last week. So those are things that this school is supporting us and supporting women's basketball, and it enables us to be more successful. So it is very important to do that for us to succeed. And for me to do my job well, you have to have support. And I have the support here. And I think that means a lot because I know a lot of female coaches around the country that don't have support. And it's hard to win when you don't have support. So, and resources. And we have them here at Arizona. So we're going to do some big things. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thanks.